Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. We're going to give everyone a couple minutes to join in. I appreciate everyone coming in so far, and we'll get this kicked off in just a minute or two. Yes, we will be recording this session and we'll be sending it out afterwards. I believe within the tomorrow we'll be sending it out. Okay. All right, looks like we've got a good jump in attendees, so I will be sending this out. Hi, good morning, Zach. All right. So I appreciate everyone joining today. My name is Jason Thompson. I'm a customer success manager here at CloudCheckr. I handle the onboarding and education of our customers and webinars such as this to show off new features that we've enabled. So today we'll be going over a few additional things from the email. So we have a new selection for release notes, some new dashboard controls, savings plans analytics, and as of last week, savings plans recommendations. So to get started with, I will share my screen. All right, so first I'll start off with release notes. So as many of you know, we have 2-week sprints and we put out release notes whenever we have new updates to announce. We changed the location of them. We added a website, releasenotes.cloudcheckr.com, and we've also added it to the 3 vertical dots on the top right under What's New. That'll now launch out a pane from the right side, and you can view our release notes right here. You can expand them, and you can also click the link at the top to take you to releasenotes.cloudcheckr.com. This will have all of the new updates that we release, and we have a history available as well for you to go through. You can also subscribe for updates. All right. So moving on to dashboards. A feature that a lot of our customers have been asking for are a way for us to create dashboard views for just a set of accounts or account groups. So we have added that. You can go to the overview up on the top right and click New Dashboard Page. Again, open up a pane from the right. You just simply name it. You can add in a description, so it can be accessed for all accounts, or you can limit to specified accounts and groups. And that's just a matter of opening up the box. A drop-down will appear with all the options for your account hierarchies and groups, and then individual accounts as well. So now you can build out your own view. If you have customers that only have access to certain accounts within CloudCheckr, or users rather, you can select those accounts or account groups and create a view just for them. I'll switch to the ones we've already created. Leave. And it's just simply going to test dashboard, and then you can create as many as you like. So please also note that non-admin users can view the custom dashboards made for them by CMX admins, but they can't edit the data or visualizations shown. So you will have to create them for your customers, but they will have that whole view. We've also added an expand mode. So currently, or previously, rather, you would have a limit of 15 categories within a dashboard for view, otherwise it would get too clogged. So we've added the expand mode, and that removes the limit and also adds a table and blows out the dashboard to the whole screen. You can export the dashboards to PNG, the tables to CSV, and if the format that we have the table in by default isn't the way you'd like it, you can now switch the rows and columns. You can also do this when creating a dashboard table. And we just switch around the rows and columns, potentially making it an easier view depending on the data that you're looking at. Okay, so after dashboards, we have our savings plans analytics. And that is showing you your coverage as far as what was covered. And this is available for month to date, last full month, last 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. Your realized savings, again, with the same options for date range. Your savings plan utilization. Your last full month of wasted commitment. Your coverage with what was covered by savings plans, wasted commitment, and what was uncovered at the on-demand rate. Also, I do see a question around the dashboards for a totals row in the dashboard explanation. We do believe that was something that we're working on. This is just the current iteration, so we do have more features coming, and I know a totals row has been asked for. I'm not sure when exactly it's coming, but we should see it. All right, so back to the savings plans. Again, the last dashboard is going to be realized savings. Again, this one's got a slightly different time range for 3, 6, or 12 months. And all of these are downloadable as a CSV or a PNG. Okay, and then also savings plans analytics and the recommendations are only available in the payee accounts. Eventually, we will be adding payee support. But currently it's only available in the payer accounts. And you can get to savings plans analytics. Oh, no audio. Can we have audio? Okay. Melanie, I'm not sure why you're not seeing or not hearing us. The users do have audio. I'm sorry, to get to savings plans recommendations, we keep them under the reserved usage under the cost tab. It's the same where you go to monitor your RI usage, savings plans analytics will live there. Zach, the savings plans analytics, they do work if the L2 has a payer account. So the pseudo payer setup currently doesn't, because those are technically still a payee. But the custom dashboards do. The savings plans analytics won't. They have to still be done at the payer level. Okay, so after that, we have the much asked for savings plans recommendations. So they're under the cost savings tab right from the home page. And it'll show you your currently monthly spend and what's covered versus what's uncovered. And again, that's last 7, 30, or 60 days. We have uncovered spend by service available. And then we have our recommendation builder. So currently CloudCheckr isn't doing anything necessarily above what AWS provides. The big advantage here that we have is that you can build out multiple recommendations and compare different options. So again, this is available only at the payer account, but you can include linked accounts. You can base your recommendations on the last 7, 30, or 60 days. You can look at your plan type for EC2, Compute, or SageMaker. Your payment options for all, partial, or no upfront, and then 1- and 3-year terms. So We can build out a recommendation based on just what's there. Oh, seems we have an error there. Refresh my page. I'm not sure why it's not working. It was just before the call. Okay. All right, so we got a couple questions here. So first, Rajiv, not currently. We will be adding those sort of comparisons down the road. This is just the first iteration. And John, so an excellent point you bring up. So there are permissions required, and you can actually access those by going to the release notes. So it needs to be added to your cost policy if you haven't updated it recently. It is right here under the recommendations. You'll need to add the Get Savings Plans Purchase Recommendations permission. So that's something you can just add on your own, or if you need to contact support or your account manager, we can help you get it set up. All right, so ideally, once you've put out a couple different recommendations with different options, you can download those to or export them to a CSV so you can compare them separately before making a purchase. Unfortunately, I'm not quite sure what happened there. I'll have to look into that on my end as to why I'm not getting the recommendations up. But at this point now, I'm happy to open up to Q&A if there are any questions or any further questions. Oh, and just as a reminder to submit a question, we don't have a way to unmute, so you'd have to go into the chat box and submit a question. So Neil, currently savings plans, there isn't something like that in Azure, so we don't have something like that coming. The dashboards are available now. And Dan, yes, this recording will be getting sent out, I believe, tomorrow. Okay, any other questions? All right, so Neil, at some point we will be expanding beyond just cost and spending. I'm not exactly sure of the timeline for that. We're still building out features here. But yes, the answer to that, yes, is we will be expanding the utilization of dashboards beyond just cost. Kevin, I'm not exactly sure when we're going to make those updates. I know it's something that we're actively working on, just not exactly sure of a timeline for when it's coming out. I would advise reaching out to your technical account manager or your account manager to go over a roadmap discussion and see a more accurate timeline for that. And thank you, Dan. All right, I got a question from Andrew. So for the new functionality you're referring to, can you clarify on that? I'll say the dashboards are global, but you can create individual dashboards for just your customer's view. Referring to savings plans, that'll be need to be added to any cost policy on the billing file. And Zach, so yes, currently, if they have pseudo payer accounts, the savings plans won't work. They only work on the payer account. That's just the first current iteration. Oh, apologies. I thought the questions were an open forum. New software for us, Kevin. Thank you. So let's see, one thing Dan had just asked, can we email if we have further questions? Yep, you can email to customersuccess@cloudcheckr.com or feel free to reach out to your account or technical account manager. So Andrew, I think I answered your question with the dashboard. So yeah, the dashboards normally are global, but you can set up custom views. He was asking if dashboards need to be set up per client basis or if they have a global functionality. To which, yes, both are available. It's normally global, but can be created on an individual customer basis, or account basis, I should say. So Neil had asked if the dashboards will ever go beyond cost or spending, maybe into best practices or security reporting. The answer for that was yes, they will. I just don't have a timeline as to when that will happen available. Always feel free to reach out to your account manager or technical account manager to ask that further question, possibly set up a roadmap call to discuss the needs. John had asked if they get the following error that they do not have the required data to populate this report for your account on the savings plans options, and that is because we do need to add in a permission to the policy, and that is available right in the Release Notes tab. The most recent one is going to include the policy that needs to, or the permission that needs to be added to the cost policy. All right, any other questions? Okay, well, there are no other questions. I just want to say thank you, everyone, for your time today. Please, again, feel free to reach out to customersuccess@cloudcheckr.com with any follow-up questions. You can also, again, feel free to reach out to your account manager or technical account manager on any of these items. Let's see. So Dan asked who his account manager was. Dan, I'm not sure offhand. I can't look that up right now. But if you'll email customersuccess@cloudcheckr.com, I'll find that out and I'll be able to respond to you there. All right, Zach, thank you for your time. So I'll let everyone go. This recording will be sent out within a day, I believe. If not, we'll communicate shortly for the recording for this. Appreciate everyone's time and have a great day.